My life is not my own. Love God without.
So finds a wife, finds a good thing, and obtains the favor of the Lord.
Going through the hiccups,
What was meant to be was meant to be. At first you wasn't into me. Sit back, waiting patiently for where God planned us to be. But through it all, God knew it'd be this way. But through it all, I wouldn't want it no other way. We blend perfect, no matter the obstacles. I know you're worth it, that's for certain. And since I found my wife, I found my purpose. But through it all, God knew it'd be this way. And through it all, I wouldn't want it no other way.
through the ups and downs, smiles and frowns. We promised to always stay down. We got on our side, we were able to ride all our ties and blend our ties. Through it all, we rise above our flaws. No matter the pain, it was worth it all. But no matter what we've been through, God, we know it was all you. Going through the hiccups,
Alright, what to do, YouTube, man? Appreciate you joining us today. We're gonna be giving y'all a little video on what we came up with. We're just gonna be touching bases on forgiveness today. That's what we want to touch on. We want to touch bases on forgiveness today. So I'm gonna relate this to what it did for me for forgiveness. You know what I mean? And we still gonna incorporate, or I'm gonna incorporate as when I met my wife, and we're going to continue the story and everything. So we're going to do that. Please like, share, subscribe right now, and hit that notification bell so you can receive all our uploads ASAP. As soon as it happens, guys, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We are the We are the Hicksons, and we switched our name, guys, to officially the Hiccups. So when you do search it,
Is it officially?
Officially.
Oh.
Not officially. Not officially. It's with an O, guys. I don't even know what officially means.
That ain't what I said.
What you said?
I was saying,
Oh.
I was going to say the official.
Oh, the official Hiccup.
Yeah,
No.
I thought that's what it was.
It's officially the Hiccups, guys. That's what it is. It's going to be like that on Instagram, and it's already like that on YouTube, man. Before we get started, again, we got an event that's coming up this Saturday with Under the Sun. Please reference to the last two videos, not the last video, but the one before that one, guys, to get the information. I will do the honors of putting the flyer up again at the end of this video. We appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm talking a lot. Let's go, baby. You want to say something?
I don't. I'm Kanisha Hickson. Because we didn't get that part out.
Sorry, I'm Tay Hickson.
So
yeah, if you're a new subscriber, I am Tay Hickson. Yes, so yeah, most definitely.
I'm Kanisha Hickson.
Yes.
And we are the Hicksons.
Absolutely.
I guess she was excited because we haven't done a video.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so he's a little excited. He might got a lot to talk about for y'all, okay? And like he said, we're going to touch on forgiveness, but it's a 3-part video.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a continuation of the other 2 things we're going to speak on.
Absolutely.
Is it forgiveness, faith, and favor, okay?
There you go.
I don't know if it's in that order, but we're going forgiveness today, okay?
All right, so with that being said, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all about forgiveness for me. And look, I really was the type of person when I met my wife. Like, it took, once you crossed me one time, it pretty much was a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, it'll take a minute for me to get over that. What they call hold grudges. You know what I mean? Like, I was big on that. And my wife told me, she said, well, you know, God forgive us. I don't know if you remember. God forgive us, you know what I mean, a lot of times, guys. And He's a forgiving God. And for someone to be doing something or did something to you and you can't forgive them, only way you're going to lock that blessing is you forgive them. So I had a situation. This had to be back in 2000. I met my wife in 2010, 2011. It was a situation with me and my sister, my little sister, right? I end up, it was something pertaining to the car. It was, okay, so we was going out of town. I was going out of town with my wife. I didn't really want to do this situation with the car. about getting her a mechanic. But right before I left and went out of town, I ended up doing it anyway. So I ended up getting a mechanic to do a car, whatever. Gave me the money and everything, and I took off and went on out of town. You know what I mean? Made sure she got her car back. She drove it for a little while, and then next thing you know, it was messed up. You know what I mean? After she just put a motor in it. So my whole thing was, okay, I did my part. I'm out of it. But of course, if something was to happen in that situation, it's gonna come on me because I'm the middleman. Plus, this is my little sister. So that happened somehow, you know what I mean? And I had to address it, bro. What's going on with it? He said, look, man, all I did was put the motor in. It must have been something else going on with it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. At the end of the day, to make it a long story short, the car wasn't repaired to
Standards.
it didn't meet the standards. It didn't meet my standards here because she still had to, you know what I mean, get another car and all that old good stuff. But what happened was it came down to either he was gonna give the money back or I had to do it. This is what it was. So I was like, well, I know he wasn't gonna do it because he did put the motor in there. So I was like, well, I don't think I should be doing it either. So it was like, so what we gonna do? So I think it may have been like maybe a couple years had done went by. I was like, no, because I know my sister and I know she probably just wanted me to handle it. You know what I mean? Probably in the street fashion, because back then I would have handled it in the street fashion. But I just didn't see myself doing it that way. I did know the guy who actually did the mechanic work, you know what I mean? So he was a friend of my dad, so I did know him. I still know him, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to go put my hands and do all that. Plus, I wasn't on that type of stuff. But I did want to make sure we get everything cool because me and my sister was close. We always been close. It hurt my mom. We instantly got things together around my mom's birthday party that year. This had to be probably like 2014, 15, something like that. And my mom was like, y'all need to let that go. So whatever, you know, I squashed. I told her, I said, man, you know, I try to get you that money back. You know what I mean? I did say that. My sister never let that go, boy. She remember that, boy. She said, you said you gonna give me that back. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. But every time I got the money, I was like, nah, man, I don't feel like, baby, man, why we gotta do that? You know what I mean? I ain't messed the car up. And we kept going through that little, you know, thing or whatever. And then my wife ended up having that conversation with me because I still had it on my heart like, man, I just feel like this ain't right. You know what I mean? Prior to that situation, we had other encounters, you know what I mean, about, you know, I had to forgive my sister for a lot about other stuff, you know what I mean. So in that situation, that was my forgiveness. I let it go. We actually paid the money too. Paid the money. She said, you know, we're gonna do it. So I did forgive. Man, let me tell you, after that situation, stuff started. Matter of fact, shoot. After we paid the money, somehow I can't even remember what happened, but I got the money back in full. I got whatever we paid to it. It had to be like $600 or something like that, right?
I believe about 700.
About 700. We ended up getting that money back in full. Yeah. So you know that it unlocked blessings for real. You know what I mean? And we ain't been hurting. So you know what I mean? It was a good thing. So she taught me about that then. But I really do truly believe, man, once you say you forgive somebody and you give it to God, let it be that. Stop harping on that feeling of somebody, you know what I mean, you want to do something to someone. Because you ain't really forgave him if you're going to keep coming back on that. You know what I mean? Oh, I want to do something, I'm going to handle this, or I don't like that person because of this. You still thinking about it. You ain't getting into God. You know what I mean? So that's where I was at with it. And I do better these days with it. You know what I mean? Once I really come to grips of, hey man, I got to give it to God. I got to, you know, let him handle that because he can handle the situation better than I can. So that's what I'm at. What you got? I know that was a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know he was gonna talk about the situation, but
I love my sister. Matter of fact,
yeah,
I love my sister, and we have no
definitely.
problems. And my sister commented today, you know what I mean. I still rock with her. We still good, but on that situation, you know what I mean. That's
It
what
was
it
a
was.
tough
I ain't saying she was wrong either.
Oh yeah, it
you know
was
what
a
I mean?
tough situation.
I'm
I had to
big
let
brother.
him see her side though too, because it's always two sides to a story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? It's not my situation, but it is my situation because we are family regardless of what it was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't directly do it, but
Right.
I'm involved. You know what I'm saying? So it was a tough situation just to be involved with or to be around. You know what I'm saying? Because I love his sister too. She became one of my closest friends. You know, after we got, you know, broke the barriers and the walls down, we were good.
Right.
But it was an awkward situation to be in. I'm sure it was way awkward for her because she probably was hurting and felt like nobody cared or he didn't care. When that was the opposite, because, you know, people don't know how you feel because you hovering unforgiveness and mean and being mean and holding grudges. You can't see the other person's feelings. All you worry about is you, because that's what unforgiveness is, a sense of pride and grudge. You know what I'm saying? That's the pride. And once you let pride down, you can see and you can feel how people really feel and see where it comes from. Just like you said, if you really truly forgave somebody, that wouldn't bother you after you did the situation. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't still bother you if you truly gave it up, okay? Right. My situation, I always like to tell this story because it was about a grudge too. But this was way before I met my husband. It had to be, I can't even get you no date on it. Ooh. I was in like my mid-20s, early 20s, somewhere up in there. Let's just say that. And one of my friends did something to me that I felt hurt me. And I stopped talking to this friend for a long time. It ended up rounding up being about 2 to 3 years. I stopped talking to this friend. I was so mad that when I saw her in public, I would not even speak to her. I looked dead at her in her face, speak to her party that she's with, and keep moving. That's just how. See, I know I can get ugly. I know good and well I can get ugly. I could be real mean. So if I know you and act like I never met you a day in my life, that's me being ugly. That's just not the type of person that I am. But that's who I used to be or act like. You know what I'm saying? But she hurt me so bad that I just had to do that. That's what I felt I had to do. So probably a couple of years later, God was like, I needed to call her, basically. Yeah. First time I heard God speak to me clearly about, you know, we want to hear God. We want to hear God, but when He been telling you do something you don't want to do, you like, God, man, please. Right. I don't hear that. That ain't what I heard, you know. But I knew the voice of God, so I was like, man, God, why I gotta call and say something when I ain't the one? You ain't the one. Let me tell you what God said. That's it. It don't matter who right or wrong. At the end of the day, you just do what is right. Don't matter who right. Don't matter who wrong. You just do it. So I said, oh, well, God, I don't even remember her number. I deleted her number off my phone. I'm so serious. I'm talking to God like that. Oh, God gave me that number back in remembrance.
Really?
In remembrance. I promise you, I kid you not, God don't play no games. He's serious. Wow. In remembrance, I dialed the number off one try. And it was her on the other line, on the other side of that phone. And I was like, hello? Say her name, because I don't want to put people's names like that. Hello? Right. This is her. Oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. Then I just had the conversation and just said I was sorry. We didn't even have to rehash the conversation. What happened or what was what. I already knew what it was. I just said what I had to say. I'm sorry. Now to this day, you will never know we had a fallout, a breakdown, or anything in our relationship. That's what's happening. So that was, for me, was the forgiving moment. That took me a long way. Because after that, things started to happen in my life, opening up. More so of me being able to, not even just material things, it's like in the inside, freedom from holding grudges, being able to freely forgive somebody. That was a step to open up to freely forgive somebody else. Yeah. Because that was the hardest thing, like, for me to do, to hold that grudge that long. Oh my God. You imagine how many things I done had held up just by holding that grudge or unforgiveness. Not even just material things, just being clean and free from other things. I'm holding up that, and I can't even get in there. Just like holding something real tight in your fist, you can't receive that because you still holding on to this old stuff. You know what I'm saying? So in order to be free, you got to release. Yep. This is the release.
That's what you told me.
You can't receive nothing like this.
You can't be blessed like that.
You can't. Got to be open. You got to let it go and let it come in. You know what I'm saying?
That boy, blessings just started coming.
Yeah. So, that was my moment, and it was a big moment for me, a turnaround. And from that day forward, it was, I'm going to say I was just perfect, but it was so much, a little more easier by the day to forgive, because you got to be willing
there you go.
And obedient. Can't just be willing, you got to do it. Be willing and obedient to do, what God asked you to do. Because just imagine if I wouldn't did it in that moment, I would have been stuck. See, God knew what I needed in that time.
Right,
God reminded me of this.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you need to call your friend. You know, you need to ask your friend. See, because he with us regardless of where we at. He with us in every moment. You know, in your darkest moments, he's still there.
Man, you know, it almost seems like by explain how you explaining it, like God had these blessings like this just hanging. He had like they wonder, like, I'm finna throw these blessings out the window, but you still holding on to this stuff that's right up under here. What you gonna do to release this? Release this. Once you do what I asked you to do on this right here, this part, this gonna move out the way and all the blessings just gonna come on down. It's like something just holding it. And we're holding it, but you ain't forgave him. You still holding grudges. You still doing things that you know. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's how I see it. That's the vision that I see anyway. But yeah, so that's the first episode of our 3-part F. Faith, forgiveness, favor.
Do we have a scripture for forgiveness?
We do. I sent it to you.
Let's see what we got for forgiveness. Let's see this. And
I'm gonna pop it up on the screen.
Stuff that he had sent me. Okay, because he just went down the line. I just had to fall in place, honey. I had to follow suit. So forgiveness. This is the word that we have for forgiveness. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from our unrighteousness. Mm-hmm. For I will forgive their wickedness and will remember their sins no more. Mm-hmm. Love prospers when a fault is forgiven. But dwelling on it separates close friends.
There you go.
And
that's deep. That's what God gave me, man. So you know,
that's deep. But you didn't you didn't put the.
I didn't put the
not at the end of that one. You didn't. But we know we'll get where it come from and put it in the video. That's awesome. Yeah. So basically, that just described what we were just talking about in full. Basically, it's in the word. What you need is in the word. People be saying stuff about the word I don't understand because it don't They say it's contradicting, but it's not to me. I mean, I guess people be too deep because God already said if you read that word and then you try to go so deep, you gonna find yourself somewhere looking crazy. Right. Basically, because I ain't finna try to figure out God's mind.
No, because everything I'm saying, everything you're going through right now, any answers that you need to your life is right there in the Bible.
It is.
It's right there. Whether you want to read it or not, guys, I'm telling you, it'll open up a lot of perspective that you're in life, like for real. You be wondering why this happened, why that is right there. He gonna let you know why. You know what I mean? So.
And it's a guide. It's a guide.
It is. Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Better get it.
We might have taught somebody that. I'm telling you, but hey, for real, man.
But be forgiving.
Yes.
I mean, it ain't gonna be as easy as we make it sound.
I don't think we made it sound easy. It was hard for me. I love my sister, but I didn't want to give her that money, and I didn't want to say I was sorry. But you know, I mean, to the day she know I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about this situation.
Yeah, I hate that happened to her because. You know, just think about people. You got to look at people. You know what I'm saying? She your sister. Yeah. She's his mom, and that was her only means of transportation. Single mom. That was her only means of transportation, and the situation just hit her in the good. And no, it was not your fault, but it was a situation that nobody would want to be in. Right. And like I said, sometimes we don't know how to direct our anger when we so mad. Yeah. We can't receive what somebody's trying to say, or we can't see where they come from when we holding on and we feel like we hurt and you did this to me, you did this to me. Yeah. And then you saying you did it to me, you did it to me. I feel like this. So we can't see the other person's side. You know what I'm saying? But things happen for a reason. I mean, it helps you grow. Yeah. It helps the other person see you. You know what I'm saying? For who you really are too, even though they know. But when you be so mad, you can't see that. You know what I'm saying? It's
easier for me these days to forgive somebody because I know, hey man, I don't want to. It kind of like I gives more energy trying to be mad at the person than just be happy.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, why? I don't want you to ruin my day. You know what I mean? I'm ruining my own day by being mad at you while seeing you. Man, I can't stand that person. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of energy.
It is a lot of energy.
Hey, how you doing? Help keep going. Like that's terrible.
It's baggage. Like when you holding that girl, you feel that on you. It's a weight. You act like you don't care. You really do care. Because why would you hold on to it so hard? You care. So when people be like, I'm unbothered. You really are. You keep talking about it because you're bothered and it's still in you.
Yeah.
So if you really was unbothered, it wouldn't be in you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It'll be over. It would be done. And you'll forgive that person. You'll be able to talk to that person. You'll be able to love that person regardless. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That we don't want to keep talking because we do tend to talk a little longer than we expect.
You
But
talking a lot too, bro. But we can shut it down though. You know what I mean? Hey man, I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Ooh, part two, guys. We got to give you faith, and we probably should have did it the other way.
It goes all. They all tie in.
Just tie it all in. You know what I mean? But faith, we're gonna give you faith, guys. Next video gonna be faith. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. I promise you guys. Listen to it. Might do a questionnaire or something. We can't give away, nigga. We ain't got nothing for you right now. But we could do a questionnaire and see who all pay attention.
Okay.
Hey guys, appreciate y'all. I love you.
And you can't do nothing about it.
There it is.
I'm talking fresh fire, I'm going hard for God. It's nothing too hard for God. I gave my heart from the start. I'm saying, take everything that not of you away from me. He set me free. Yo, chill. No, let me preach. No ball and chain. I call his name through all the pain. This not all a game. I made room for your entry. Came to you on empty. Now I'm full of your spirit. You can tell I've been winning. I snatched my joy back like, man, you been missing. And my peace came along like, you know we be twinning. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm in love with the feeling. This how I'm supposed to be living, but I was too timid. So I prayed one day that I could hear your voice. And then you spoke loud and clear. I just had to rejoice.